Alright guys, it's that time again. Another subscriber special. We finally hit 700 subscribers and it didn't even take that long. If you're not caught up with the Big LT lore, the original 700 subscriber special was supposed to be the every tower in Raw ranked, but that video kind of crashed and burned. The boys found the video and completely dogged on it. Let's just say that video was not worthy of being a subscriber special video. Ryan C asked me what the subscriber video was going to be, and I told him about it, and he's like, "Hey, I got an idea." He was like, "What about you make a video of every Tower Enthusiast Obstruction like collections because it will benefit the Tower community." I was like, "All right, sounds good. Let's do it." So we both worked on it. Though Ryan C mostly worked on it, so you can say this is basically his slide presentation. Well, alright, let's get into it. Alright, so starting things off, we got Mariune 40, I think. Alright, so Mariune 40 goes by multiple names on YouTube, and it can be difficult choosing one because you probably wouldn't like it. I do remember one time I was going to make a parody video of him called the Mariune 40 video, parody video, and he said he didn't want his Mariune 40 name used. He wanted Crease the Mouse. So I was originally going to use Crease the Mouse on here, but then I decided to change it because I don't know. Alright, so let's get into this beacon collection. So he has a Kraus Heinz FCB 12. He has a Ron MFG code 300mm, an Arco Ron 300mm, a TWR 300mm, a Huey & Phillips KG225, an FH06. He used to have two, but he sold one. And he plans on turning the remaining FH06 into an FH08. If I were him, I would keep both of them because I would definitely want an FH08, so scrap that. I would keep both because if I was going to turn one into an FH08 but still wanted an FH06, then I'll keep the other. But yeah, that's his plan. His plan is going to be simple. He's just going to turn it into an FH08. That other FH06, we'll get back to that at the very end of the video, and you'll see why. He has a Flash Technology OL1, which is incandescent. That's one of his markers. He has a Ron OBR, which I'm pretty sure is also one of his markers. He has two red and one orange cop glass globes. So in the pictures, you can see his 300mm, his FH06s, his L810 markers, his lens globes, and other things. So that's all he has right now. Like I said earlier, he did sell some things. He did sell his second FH06, and I'm pretty sure he might have sold one of his 300mm too. This here is a pretty good beacon collection. The only thing that's missing is an LED. All he needs is some sort of LED obstruction light, either a marker or a beacon. And then he'll have all three types, or at least all three main types in America. He said he wants a high intensity LED from Dialight, I believe. I'm not too sure. But hopefully he gets some sort of LED beacon. That would be cool. Only OGs remember the times when Mariune 40 only had like two markers and that was it. Next up we have me, the Big LT. Alright, this here is going to be short and simple. I only have two obstruction lights, both of them being L810 markers. First one is Huey & Phillips OB21. That's my first one. It's all wired up and stuff, so I can turn it on anytime I want. I got that there. I got that around my birthday back in September. And then my second marker is a Dialight 860 1R01. It's LED. I forgot to mention that the Huey & Phillips one is incandescent, though I currently have an LED bulb inside of it because I don't feel like searching eBay for an actual an actual L810 bulb. I just want to use some marker. That's it. I don't care what bulb really goes inside of it, unless it's one of those LEDs that's like half globe and mostly plastic. You know, something like this. You do not want one of these in your markers. I had this in the Huey and Phillips OB21 when I first got it, though it was just temporary. Eventually I got another LED. It was a clear glass LED. As you can see in the picture, it looks so much better than what the LED I showed you just now looked like inside of it. So that's really it, and I don't have my dialight marker wired up yet. Alright, that's it for me. Next up we have Ryan C., the leader of the tower community, I guess you can say. Or I mean, somewhat, I guess. If not, then he's like an admin of this, the community, I guess. Ryan C's collection only consists of LA10 markers. I mean, he does have 2 airport lights. I'm not too sure those are still considered LA10 or something else completely. So starting things off, he has a Huey and Phillips OB22 with a Pyrex red globes. He has a Krauss Heinz AN25475 with a Pyrex red globe. He has a Point Lighting Corporation POL 20,000 with Gillinder. Hopefully I pronounce that correctly. Gillinder glass red globe. He has a Point Lighting Corporation POL 20,000 with Krauss Heinz Pyrex blue globe. He has a Ron OBR with Gillinder glass green globe. He has an ITL LLC MKR LTE 1000. And he has 1 cop, 1 Gillinder glass globes. Just look at those pictures. Especially the one where they're all lit up. That is awesome. They look like Christmas Christmas lights. Ryan C's collection grew very fast. But holy hell, just look at that picture. Just look at all them lit up. That looks so nice. Alright, so next up we have John Boy OK. John Boy OK has a lot of beacons. We don't call him the king of beacons for no reason. Or at least I do. Well, when I said that, I meant that I called him the king of beacons. Alright, so we're going to be starting off with his flash technology stuff. So he has an FTB 310, many generations with 301 and 308 flash heads. Yeah, he has a lot of them. He has some FTB, he has like a few FTB 324s. He has like one FTB 312, which is an FH306. He has an FH307, FTB 309. He has 2 of those. He has an FTB 20510. He has an FTS 370 dual and white. He used to have a red only version too, but he sold that one. And he has an MKR 370 AC. Yeah, it's safe to say John Boy OK has a wide variety of beacons. Lots of 300 millimeters, lots of xenon strobes, a little bit of LEDs, not too much. Alright, next slide. John Boyock continued. Oh my god, I called him John Boyock again. Ryan C won't let me even forget that. Alright, now we're going to be taking a look at his dialight beacons. So he has a D1RW C13007. He has a D1RW C13008. A D366 366. Then he this is both dialight and Huey and Phillips. He has a few KG114s, I'm pretty sure. He has a KG225. Does he have like 2 of those, or does he have 1? I forgot. He at least has 1 of them. He has an FG2000B. He has a few FG3000Bs. Has an OB21. Has a Horizon 300 at 3000, and he has just so much more. Just way too much to just fit in this entire slide. He also recently got a blue dialite marker. Now it's time to look at his TWR stuff and a little bit of Orga and Ron. He has a TWR E1DB. He has a TWR E1DB SL. Pretty sure he doesn't have those things hooked up and working. I know the E1DB SL is not hooked up. He has a TWR OL2. He has a Ron MFG Co 300mm, an Unarco Ron 300mm, and an Orga L303. You can see both the E1DBs, E1DBSL and stuff. You see the 300mm, the dual markers, and the L303 on the bottom. He almost has one of everything. He is the Beacon King. And he might have the biggest beacon collection too, maybe, possibly. Unless Sean has more. Alright, next up we got Sean W. The second, or either the first or second biggest beacon collector. I don't know, he might be tied with John Boyok. I'm not too sure how many beacons they both have. But I have a feeling I called him John Boyok again. Oh my god. Alright. I have a feeling John Boy OK has more beacons than Sean. So, John Boy OK is the king of beacons, but Sean is the king of high intensity strobes, and you'll find out why very, very fast. He has an EG&G Strobe Guard 3, an Electro Flash FTB 2051A, an EG&G SS129, a Flash Tech FTB 310, aka FH301, Hewing Phillips SS125, Hewing Phillips KG114, KG225, Hewing Phillips OB222, HP FG 2000B, 2000, 3000B, 3000, EG&G FG 2000 and 3000, EG&G SS123, and so much more, just many more. He has a big collection of high-intensity strobes. He has modern ones, he even has old ones, like some of the originals. The reason why is because I'm pretty sure his dad replaces beacons on towers, so that's his source of beacons. And I guess his dad aims for the TV towers, and smokestacks too, because most of his high intensity strobes came off of smokestacks. I forgot to mention one thing. He has a bunch of KG225s. Like, holy hell. He has so many. I remember him posting a picture of his room, and like one side of his room had at least like 4 KG225s. And let's not forget, he has a blue KG225 too. There. You see all the way in the back, it's painted light blue. He also has a filterless 300mm. And I'm talking about the one that actually has no filters whatsoever, the clear one. I'm not talking about the modern one. So yeah, there's his high intensity strobe collection, or at least part of it. Here's the FG brothers. He's only missing the FG 2009. 2009. Electro Flash. Here's an old school strobe. Like an old strobe. So that's going to be it for Sean. He has a lot of beacons. And most of those beacons are high intensity strobes. So you can call him the high intensity strobe king. Alright, next up we have Eric Papetti. I honestly have no idea how to actually pronounce his name. Eric Papetti, I guess. Eric Krabby Patty. Alright, so he only really has like 2 actual beacons. So he has a Flash Technology FTB 312, which is the 306. He has a Dialite D1RWC13007. He has a Dialite RTO L810. He has handmade models too. So he has 2 beacons and a marker. The cool thing about his dialight beacon is he can control the flash rate. He can have it set on any sort of flash rate at all, he can make it flash whatever flash rate he wants it to. It's not like a set few, it's not like a few, but like a 20, 30, 40, 60 and stuff. He can actually control it. If he wants 35, 40, 47, 15, yeah, he can do all that stuff, I'm pretty sure. So he has the LED working along with the marker, though I'm pretty sure he doesn't have the 306 working. Pretty sure he said he's looking for the controller for it. Oh wait, is that the controller for it? Is that for the LED? I forgot. On here it refers to the FH306 on here is referred as the FTB312. Usually that means that the collector has both the beacon and the controller. So I'm guessing he does have the controller. I don't know. I could have sworn he was looking for one. Like he was still looking for one, but I guess he found one. Maybe. Haven't seen any video of it running though. So yeah, there's that. And now, last but not least, his handmade models. So, if you didn't know, he makes homemade beacons. Here's his handmade stuff. He has a handmade 300mm and a few LEDs. He has a Solus beacon and other things. He also has homemade towers with more homemade beacons on them. He's very creative with his creations. They're all made out of stuff from the landfill because I'm pretty sure he lives close to a landfill down in Canada. But yeah, really, he only has 2 real beacons. Well, I mean, 3 real obstruction lights. All the others are handmade models. Alright, next up we have A.J. Jackson's collection. Alright, so he has a Huey and Phillips KG114. He has a TWR 300mm, a Flash Technology FTB324, a Flash Technology OL1, a Krauss Heinz 4093-8, which I had no idea he had. I guess I forgot if he ever showed it off, which it looks like he did. Yeah, I completely forgot he had that. So, yeah, as you can see, he has, there's the FH324 on day mode and night mode, though there's a little bit of a catch with his beacons. He actually puts random lights inside them. Like, as you can see, the TWR 300mm has normal light bulbs inside them. And then the Huey Phillips KG114 has a party light inside of it. Really, the only 2 obstruction lights that actually have actual light bulbs, and well, I mean, really, his L810s are the only obstruction lights he has that are actually real in the sense of lighting. So yeah, there's a Flash Tech OL1 which looks like he had a little bit of fun with it. And then you can see the Krauss Heinz right below it. Alright, next up we have Alfredo Brito. Alfredo Brito has a little bit of a thing with his beacon collection. He buys beacons, like a lot of beacons, and gives them away to towers that need them. But I'm guessing every one of them, every beacon that's on the slide is a keeper, I guess. So we have a TWR STLDB STLD beacon 2A, TWR LED beacon 2, Orga L550, Orga L450, Flash Technology FTB 360i2, Huey Phillips Horizon 3000, Huey Phillips KG114, Huey Phillips KG225. He has a few of each, or I mean, a few of some. As you can see, he has a few KG225s. Though I'm pretty sure he only has just one 300mm. I mean, one. He has just. Pretty sure he only has like one KG114, I think, and one HP Horizon 3000, I think, but I'm not too sure. God, holy hell. TWR, make better beacon names. Alfredo Brito has a pretty good beacon collection, even if it's not the best I've seen. One of my favorite things about Alfredo Brito is that he gives away beacons to towers that need them. I think that's pretty cool. So that's it for Alfredo Brito. Next up we have KCVG Plane Spotting. I think everybody can say that this guy has the third biggest beacon collection. He has an FTB 3010 3010 what am I FTB 310, 308 and 301 flash heads. FTB 312 aka FH306. FTB 324 3, which is the one with the LED markers. FTS 370 dual. Why did I say day? FTB 20510. Dialite RTO double L810s. Huey and Phillips OB21. Orga 450. EG&G SS225 125. KCVG Plane Spotting has a few of his beacons wired up to switches, light switches, so he can just casually flip them on, like, yeah. So that's going to be it for KCVG Plane Spotting. All right, now it's time for our last person. We got Diego Pereira. This guy only has 3 beacons. So he has a Flash Technology FTB 324, a Flash Technology FTB 3010. I said it again. FTB 310, and a Flash Technology FH06. This is what I was talking about earlier when we were talking about Mary Yoon's beacon collection. He had 2, but he sold one of them. This here, he sold it to Diego Pereira, so now it's his. He hasn't made any video of it before, well, I mean right now. Hopefully he gets to working on it and finds a controller for it so he can get it to work. There isn't too much to be said about Diego Pereira's collection, but I mean there's like 2 more things to say. His 324 and 310 or 308, they're a little different from the rest. So the 324, instead of it having a normal 20 flash per minute night mode like all the ones in America have, actually has I'm pretty sure it has a 40 flash per minute night mode, and the flash tube also sounds different. Somewhat same thing goes for the 308. It doesn't have it actually does have a different night mode. It has the medium burst night mode, which is rare for FH308s. And it also sounds different from other FH308s or just other flash technology beacons in general. I don't know why. I guess it's because the flash tubes he has in his country. Yeah, if you're wondering, I have no idea where he lives. So I just wanted I wanted to point that out. That's the one different thing. That's just something a little different and pretty cool. You know, now that I look at it, is that actually a 324, or is that actually the ITL dual strobe? I have no idea now, because I'm pretty sure the ITL version, the ITL dual strobe, has those flaps at the back on the other side. I don't know, both beacons look way too similar to each other. Alright, one more thing that I wanted to tell y'all. I'm pretty sure he has 2 other beacons. They're international LED beacons. One is white only, and the other one is red only. The white one flashes somewhat like a strobe, or I mean, it flashes like somewhat like a normal LED. On its night mode, it has a very long burst. It's like the equivalent of a 30 flash per minute night mode that an ILS 3600 would have. And then the red one, it's the same thing but red. It has a very slow flash rate. It fades like an incandescent. I mean, yeah, it fades like a 300 millimeter, but it's really slow. It flashes like every half a minute, I think. So every 30 something seconds, maybe a little bit less. It does take a long time to flash though. Those might not be his beacons, but they might be, so I'm just going to just say that now. So if so, then he has like 5 beacons, but as of now, we can only say he has 3. Oh hey, did y'all know that he also has his own cell tower, and that's where the FH308 is currently located at now, on top of this small cell tower he has. I think that's his, like it's a homemade tower. I don't know, I'm not too sure. Alright, well that's going to be it for this video. That's every single collection. I mean, there might be more out there, but I'm not sure. I don't know them, so they're not on the list. This is just a list of all of the known collectors. So yeah, there's the 700 subscriber special. Thank you all for 700 subscribers. Even if like most of you are just NPCs.